Thursday's meeting was held at the Coconut Grove Regency Hotel in Accra, outside the premises of the Electoral Commission, where the meetings have conventionally been held. It was held under tight security with heavy representation from the various political parties, civil society, and the Electoral Commission itself. Present were Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, Johnson Esiedu Nketia, Peter Boama Otukono, and Sami Jemfi, all of the NDC, John Boedu, Obi Amwa, Sami Ewuku, and Henry Nanabuachi of the NPP. Religious leaders, Most Reverend Charles Gabriel Palmer-Buckle, Archbishop Duncan Williams, Reverend Professor Marty were also present, but the meeting was not conclusive. The NDC and the inter-party resistance against a new register were disappointed.
We are saying that if you are to compile a new register, go through all the processes, and the register will be ready by 8th of November, less than 1 month to the election, then of course it means that this register cannot be used for election 2020 because when filing of nomination and all other things takes place before 8th of November, and that you need a credible and current register as a basis for parliamentary and presidential candidates to file their nomination.
Civil society group were denied the opportunity to make their own presentation. So what's the way forward? Be that as it may, we have come to a very important conclusions. The Committee for Eminent Advisory assured us that they have heard all the presentations. They believe that each side has made a very reasonable contributions, and so they are going to formulate their advice and then present it to the Electoral Commission.
We are not satisfied. There was almost look chaos. At the camera for us. For us, we think that the EC themselves have come up with a proposal, and they are looking for a reason to compile a new voter register. Not because the voter register is not credible. They cannot define a proper reason to compile a new voter register.
But the NPP, on the other hand, thought otherwise.
The point has been made that the EC is independent enough. The EC cannot be controlled by any person except what the Constitution provides. And that if this is the way they want to go and funding has been provided, the best thing is to reason with them, look at some aspects that if we think they can alter, they do so and listen to us. But at the end of the day, just like in previous situations where you have your say, you advise, they take some and leave some, they went ahead, and at the end of the day, we expect them to go ahead with what they said they would do.
We have to be decisive. I don't know, they demonstrated a timeline which takes off on April 18th. They demonstrated a timeline which takes off on April 18th. I am expecting and believing and hoping that by the 18th, they will be ready to take off.
For the inter-party resistance, the fight against the EC's quest for a new voters' register must continue unabated. Bernard Mona, National Chairman of the People's National Convention, is a leading member of the resistance.
We think that the EC has not convinced us and that they want to lead this nation into a disaster. We want to prevent it.
Go ahead to occupy the offices of the Electoral Commission?
Absolutely. As it stands now, we have not had any clear way. So our Tuesday march to the Electoral Commission.
The Eminent Advisory Committee is yet to get back to you.
Well, they have issued a communique. I don't know whether they have given it to you, the media, that today's meeting we have some presentation and they will go and meet with the Electoral Commission to come up with a definite position. So as it stands now, we have our activity schedules to embark on, and we intend to go on them.
When are they expected to get back to the EC with the advice?
They never told us, and we cannot force them.
This is obviously not the last of this matter we have heard. Opinions still sharply divided over the question of whether or not we need a new voters register going into the 2020 national elections. The inter-party resistance against the compilation of a new register is still obviously opposed to the idea, even after this marathon meeting. And as we have heard, they are going to go ahead to occupy the offices of the Electoral Commission until they hear what they term a favorable response. As to what a favorable response would be to these parties, we are yet to hear. Reporting for Citi News, I am Sixtus Dong Ulo.